So I was sick in the spring. It's fall, and I'm sick again. Sigh. I've decided not to record video for this video, but if you'd like to watch something with my actual face on it for some weird reason, I would suggest the videos Being Sick and Offering Up Suffering Part 1 and 2. We'll link to those videos at the end of this one and in the description below. In the meantime, you're going to have to just deal with my scratchy, croaky voice. So let's discuss a question that God has asked throughout the ages. What do you want? Let's first travel back to the times of the Davidic kingdom, just as Solomon was taking over. Solomon had some big shoes to fill after the reign of his father David. God appears to Solomon in a dream and says, "Ask what I shall give you." After praising God for a few verses, he responds, "Give your servant, therefore, an understanding mind to govern your people, that may discern between good and evil. For who is able to govern this great people of yours?" God was happy by this response and gave him the gift of wisdom that none like you has been before you, and none like you shall arise after you. Fast forward to the Messianic era and the New Testament. In the Gospel of Mark, Jesus has been healing people, casting out demons, walking on water, feeding thousands from very little food, and more. Jesus was leaving Jericho when he came across Bartimaeus. Bartimaeus was a blind man who sat on the roadside begging. He heard the crowd that was following Jesus. And when he heard that Jesus was among the crowd, he cried out, "Son of David, have mercy on me." He was effectively told to pretty much shut up, but that only made him shout more loudly. Jesus stopped and asked Bartimaeus, "What do you want me to do for you?" "Master," he responded, "let me receive my sight." Jesus told him his faith made him well, and the blind man could see. Fast forward to the year 1273. St. Thomas Aquinas has spent his entire life learning and teaching theology. He will later be canonized and deemed a doctor of the church. While in prayer, Christ said to Thomas, "You have written well of me, Thomas. What reward will you receive from me for your labor?" Thomas responded, "Lord, nothing except you." I love this response. I'll do a video on St. Thomas Aquinas at some point, and once I do, I'll come back and put a card here to link to that video, as well as in the description. This leads me to a question for you. Yes, you. We must remember that God is not a genie that will grant us wishes. But if God asked you, "What do you want me to do for you?" how would you answer? I'd like you to give that some thought, pray about it, and then I would love to hear your responses. So please write those down in the comments. So here are those videos I talked about at the beginning from the last time I was sick, mumble, not so long ago. Please pray for me that I won't be such a whiner while I'm sick, and also for my dad, whose birthday is this week. Happy birthday, Dad.